Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. It's been a minute.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. We're not good at the consistency, but y'all don't come here for consistency.
No.
Y'all just come here when we have time.
Right.
And that's all that matters, because now we've made time.
Exactly.
And now we're here.
Spending a lot of quality experience and time together.
Little cutesy.
TT. Okay.
And Bri.
Mm-hmm. You know, back in the day, we was like, JT and motherfucker Reach out here partying, turn it up, do all these things.
Listen.
Trying to just move past things. And now look at us. Look at you. Thriving. We have to pencil each other in. We must make
literally.
time.
That's the problem. So for those who don't know, Bri lives all the way in Raleigh and I live in Charlotte. So that's, even though only like a couple hours, it's still distance, y'all. And you know, we have lives and things get busy.
Yeah.
And we're both like two low maintenance friends. So two low maintenance friends together create low expectations of getting things done. But hey, we're here, so let's just go ahead and get into it.
Yes.
You brought up JT and Carisha,
I
so
did.
bringing up them two, with Carisha comes Diddy. And apparently it's a whole lot of hoopla.
There's a whole lot of hoopla going on with Diddy, Carisha, what he allegedly did, what he allegedly,
because we don't want to get sued. We're not that important, but I don't know. People are weird.
Exactly.
Listen, I don't know about y'all, but I always knew Diddy was allegedly a weirdo.
This is true.
Okay. He's
old as hell. So let's give a little bit of context. Carisha, young, 27, 28, some shit like that. Diddy, 55, 60, kids.
And he's always messed with young people. So for those who
always mess with young
people.
people.
For those who are not hip on the scoop of why Diddy is under fire, apparently this man is like a sex trafficker, or like a Jeffrey Epstein, but like hip hop version. Like he be just sexually assaulting women, having sex workers, like pimping women out. Apparently he was using Carisha as like a drug mule of some sort, allegedly for pink cocaine, which basically is coke but mixed in with like a whole bunch of other crazy things like LSD. He asked her to transport that on one of her jets. It's just a whole lot of things going on, and I'll say this, something that I'm very frustrated with learning about this story is how many people coming out trying to make this a race thing, trying to make it seem, cause Diddy black. And he rich and he got money. How many decades has that man been black and rich? Right. That's literally been his whole persona, is I'm a rich black man. So why all of a sudden in 2024 now they want to take down Diddy? I don't believe it. I don't believe this has anything to do with race. I just feels like, you know, people are now coming out. Old girl Cassie, right? His old you know, child bride,
right? Relationship like 8 years.
Yeah,
like all they did was date. She was significantly younger. Same shit.
Significantly,
and he was never gonna marry her. He just kept her around like a little plaything, like a little toy. And now, then she said, "Hey, he did this thing to me way back then, and he tried to pay her off." It opened the
floodgates for now more people to, and I think that's what people like. This is what I hate about people when things like sexual assault are brought up, because they make it seem like there is some type of like time limit to your trauma. I don't care if that shit happened 20 years ago, bitch, that shit still affects me. And I think so. Allegedly, the people are saying Cassie wasn't going to say anything unless it wasn't until he won some type of award a couple of years ago and he thanked her for like being there with him through the dark times or whatever. And it's like, sir, don't put my name in your evil mess after the trauma that you put me through. And like whatever. And then also the only reason she came forward was because I think LA, like some law in California was expiring this year. Like, or if you didn't basically report or whatever. I forgot what it's called. You know what it's called? It was like some type of survivors thing of like sexual abuse law. Anyway, the statute of limitations was expiring. So, you know, her family and friends were like, hey, the time is now.
The time is now.
So if you want to, you know,
the fucking Alabama hat. Let's
ride. Let's ride.
It's time to bust it up. It's time to go.
Exactly. So yeah, so that's why she decided to come forward, and now, you know, all these people are apparently 50 Cent's ex-wife girlfriend was listed as a sex worker. Honey, it's allegedly. It's so many things. And I'll say this, as someone who's always been a pop culture fan since a wee little one.
True.
Okay. P. Diddy has always been known as just weird and like unhinged. Okay. Like
P. Diddy, Puff Daddy,
Brother Love, whatever fucking name he wants to go by. Okay. He's always been known as a weirdo, especially with, if y'all ever remember watching Making the Band, from the episode when he made them niggas walk multiple boroughs to go get him a slice of cheesecake. Please know he has always been a weirdo. Okay, he's always been a weirdo. Apparently he likes to do freak off parties, sex parties.
I believe that. I mean, because Carisha did that whole game about Carisha Please, and all of it is about sex. So I'm not surprised. And TD Jakes was said to be
apparently he's taking that. It's just a lot of things.
Said, allegedly. You know,
it's too much.
Too many people in the mix. And low-key Issa Rae, which I didn't want to bring up because I love Issa Rae, but it was like she's always had parties with him a little bit more lately. And it's like always, oh, thank you, Diddy. He was a mogul. He putting black women on. Like, you can stand behind the mission a little bit. And then it's like, oh, no, but you're dirty and slimy. If it's new, you don't even know about that. So trying to... All of this is alleged. All of this is uncovering. But yeah, he has been a weirdo for a very, very long time.
Oh, for sure. And also, I would like to note, I don't know why people be so surprised when these celebrities be having these stories come out of them being oddballs when they're regular people just like you and me, sis. They just have copious amounts of wealth to now live out their weird fantasies. And also, when you have that much money, you're bored.
Yeah.
You're bored. You have nothing to do.
Yeah, no challenges. Everybody does all the little things for you because you can afford to have your life that way. You get bored.
You
try new and different things. They were talking about how they tried the golden showers and as some of those different weird things. You're like, why are you you have too much money. Give some to me. Give some to me.
Me.
You got too much money. You don't got enough to do. Like, share, spread the wealth, not all this other weird stuff that keeps you in business that seems to be connected to all of these people, politicians. It's like, why, like you said, Diddy is probably a scapegoat at this point. So it's like,
for sure.
Allegedly, but using a black man, I don't think it's about race. I think they have too much money. I think you have way too much money, and using sex as currency is just disgusting to me. But I think it's important that all of these things are coming out now. But it's really unfortunate that so many people had to wait around. They had to. People, like you said, people knew, and it wasn't cool to be a snitch then. It wasn't cool to share or shame like we've been talking about. Like they were like,
and also
make too much
this
money.
Notation of like, oh, it's just because he rich and black is so harmful because sexual assault in the black community for whatever reason is just such a taboo topic. And this is why a lot of y'all have cousins and aunties and sisters who have been, you know, sexually assaulted by an uncle or a brother or whoever. And the first thing a black family wants to do is sweep it under the rug because, oh, that's still your family. That's still your kin. What does that have anything to do with anything? Diddy, also, what the fuck has Diddy done for the black community? I'll wait. Can somebody please let me know? Because last time I checked, all his artists broke as hell.
All of them.
He don't pay nobody.
He don't.
He put people on just for a little bit to get his own little shine and then discards them when he's done. He's definitely
You preaching.
Hello?
Like, I mean, I have nothing to say. You're telling it.
Last time I checked, he don't donate to no HBCUs. He loved repping Howard because he went there for like 2 semesters.
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't even graduate and then only donate a little bit of money. He does nothing for black people. So why this has nothing to do with him being black. First of all, I'm very much a proponent. I feel like when a lot of black celebrities even get to a certain point of money, their blackness, they feel like it's not even in the equation for them anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, them being black has nothing to do with anything, because he literally has a bar in one of his I forgot what remix he did with somebody, but he was like, now I'm richer than these white folks or something like that. Like, he's literally, his whole persona is, I'm untouchable. Mm-hmm. Look how rich, look how successful I am. I'm a mogul. So now all these things are coming
untouchable since Biggie.
Allegedly. Because let's not act like Tupac and Biggie just all of a sudden dying literally within, what was that? Like within months of each other? Like some quick time frame. That's a coincidence. And Diddy happened to be around for both of those incidents. I'm just saying allegedly. Weird. This was before forensics and DNA was really popping for real. That's why they can't find out who did it. While all of a sudden Kim Porter was all healthy, fine and dandy.
Come on now.
All of a sudden now she died from a heart attack, whatever. Weird. Kamora Lee Simmons, clock that C. She been told y'all Diddy was evil. Allegedly. I don't know. I'm just a regular bitch from Charlotte. I don't know these people. All I'm saying is, it's weird. Yeah. Speaking of weird, with the whole sex parties thing, that shit is so fucking nasty. How do you feel? Would you ever do that? Have I done it on accident? Yes, I did. Oh my God, please share this motherfucking story, Brianna Kane. My God.
Yeah.
Story time with Bri. Okay.
I went to a singles event and I met this old man.
It's always some
old niggas. It was a pajama party and he was already dressed in like a robe that looked like this. You see how I'm rocking like this, but long with the pants, whatever. Anyway, find out he's got a little bit of money. Okay. In real life, he got big cars, big house. He got a little bit. So I'm like, whoa, I've been saying I want a sugar daddy, and it's been long enough time. I'm damn near 30. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. He said he had 2 kids that were in their 20s. So we are going to talk about age gap because I just want to know your opinion on that too. But anyway. He's like, hey, I'm hosting a birthday party. And it's not mine, it's my friends, my homegirls. Strike one. I don't do homegirls. So he's got to be homegirl free. But I was like, whatever. He sends me a flyer. It says it's got a stripper pole, jacuzzi, some good delectable edibles.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, bet. I'm gonna go. Why not? For the plot.
For the plot. Because one thing my girl is gonna do is go somewhere for the plot.
For the plot. I'm gonna be safe, but I'm going for the plot. So it's like 40 minutes from my house. But I go, and I was like, I feel overdressed because I go to the party. As soon as you open the door, there's a stripper pole. Right, like you open the entrance. I was like, oh, you meant that for real. Then there's a queen size bed in the living room. And I said, hey, what's the bed here for? He goes, oh, sometimes my knees are just bad. Cause he got stairs. I said, oh, okay.
Not he a lying ass nigga,
and just finished giving me a tour of the other 4 bedrooms that are on the first floor. What you mean your knees bad? You can't stay in any of the other rooms in your house? He showed me his bedroom. It's got a lion and all this stuff. Anyway, I get in this sex party. I'm nervous. I also getting the ick from him. He got a limp. He's old. I don't. And I'm starting to see some young niggas around. So I'm like, I want you to be away from me. So I just want to see if I have a chance.
You're fucking up the wrist, old man. Get away.
Bruh, to the point where he trying to come around, touch me. I was like, shiver. The reason how I found out that this is a sex party is because, again, I'm avoiding him. So I sit in a corner and just eat an edible brownie For a while. For a long while. You know I'm awkward in party situations. Social life is scary. So I fucking am sitting there, and this other black girl comes up to me. She's like, hey girl, you look great. Like, I hope you're having a good time at the party. I was like, thank you. You're the first person that's talked to me since I've been here. So, what's good? Like, and then she's like, yeah, you know, been to a couple parties before, and we're talking about edibles. Mm-hmm. She's like, oh, okay. So this is important. Just keep that in mind. We're talking about edibles. She's like, I'm here with this white guy. I'm here with my boyfriend. He's the only white guy here. I was like, yeah, I saw y'all. It's cute. But then she's like, yeah, so are you part of the lifestyle? And I was like, you talking about the edible lifestyle? Because yeah, we just talked about that, twin. And I'm like, you mean house party lifestyle? Because you know I usually don't do house party. I'm thinking all these things. Yeah. She's like, oh, are you part of like the open relationship sex party lifestyle?
No ma'am, and no ma'am, no cheese. No, I am not.
I was like, no. What are you talking about? She's like, oh, he didn't tell you? I'm like, no, he did not tell me anything. She's like, yeah, everybody here is like part of the lifestyle. You got a couple over there, their boyfriend is over there. You got this couple, their girlfriend, whatever. And she's like, and I'm looking for a girlfriend. No, ma'am.
Was she at least cute?
I'm gonna skip over that. So
okay.
I don't have to say anything. Anyway,
that's
how do I feel about sex parties? I got bamboozled into my first and probably last and only sex party by an old ass man.
In conclusion, you did not partake.
In conclusion, I did not partake.
Okay.
And thankfully, nobody's parts were out. I was not subjected to anything.
You just packed your shit and you left.
I just packed my shit and I skedaddled on out of there when I found out. I had already been there for a while. I think it was like 12:30.
See, this is exactly why I have your location. And I be checking on it very frequently because this bitch be all over Timbuktu with shit like this going on. Yeah, I don't know. My whole thing with sex parties.
Right.
Have I ever been in part of a sex party? Absolutely not.
Okay.
They just give me dirty.
Yeah.
They give me like it stank. You know what I mean? It gives yeast infection. You know, it gives STD. I just can't get into it. And my thing is, you know, I've done my little ones too. You know, I've had my little fun, you know, in college and stuff. But being with like two extra people is like a three is like the farthest. You mean to tell me it's like multiple bodies everywhere?
That's
like two, and then you want to swap it. Like,
no, it's not even fun anymore.
It's not even fun anymore.
It can't be.
And then what if you end up getting stuck with somebody who dick trash?
Right? That'd be the worst. In my whole ventures lately, a whack little dick after you've been down these streets is like, bruh, why would you even put that out there for people?
You know what I mean?
And then you're stuck with it. And then all of these other people saw you do it if you do it at these parties, you know? Like,
now I'm embarrassed.
Now
I'm known as the girl that gave a little dick nigga some puss. I don't want to do it. I don't want to partake. Because, again, I feel like everyone's sex is not good. And I'm very picky about mine.
Are you?
Oh, yes. I am an elitist when it comes to dick, if you will. Yes. I feel like it's either gotta be good or it ain't. I feel like you can't teach good dick.
Really?
Absolutely not.
Well, that's what they say about being like a young virgin in general too, right? Like, can you learn to be good? Or do you just got the sauce? Like,
I feel like when you're a teen, you know, in your first, you know, because I was a little young hoe. Just putting that out there. Lost my virginity young. But let me not say that too loud. Right. But yeah, you know, it was what it was. So I feel like when you're young, and also depending on, even when you're not young, when you're young in the game of like having sex or whatever, and you don't really know what the vibes are, it's easy for you to be like, oh, this is fine. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because you don't know what's good.
Right.
Like, this is your only body. It is what it is, you know? I feel like once I got to about like my third or fourth body, I was like, one of these things is not like the other, you know, like one of these things, something's gotta give, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, they all look a little different. Some of them are like big, some of them are little, some of them are medium, some of them are skinny, some of them are fat, you know, like, and I feel like as a woman, you really should understand, like, you know, what you like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think also, you know, with men, people like it, all that. Oh, it's what is it?
Motion of the ocean.
The motion of the ocean, or the size of the boat is right. It's not the size of the boat; it's the motion of the ocean. Listen, that's pot of bullshit. It's both of them, actually. I need a bigger boat, and I need that shit to rock with the waves. You feel? Rock the boat, rock the boat, work the middle, work the middle. You know, like I need all of it. Okay, because I'll say this. I'm not gonna put names out there because that's messed up. But I was messing with this one dude. Well, a long time ago. Like I was like 17, 18. And it was as if he didn't know how to like do missionary. Like it's like when he couldn't you know what I mean? And I was like, so I always had to be on top. And I hate that because I hate being on top. Because I'm a pillow princess. I just want to lay there and go to sleep. So I knew from that moment, I was like, oh, I cannot be with someone that like doesn't know how to do that basic thing.
I'm the same way with being a munch. It's necessary. If you're not going to be, then it's just not going to work. And I know that. I know that. You
can honestly see the door because you're clearly a child, and this is clearly something wrong. This is statutory rapism type, because what do you mean you don't?
Because that's it. I mean, and because I'm testing the waters, I always tell them that I don't, just to see if they're gonna get if they're gonna get too aggressive about it, because men don't do no's well. But when they be like, no, I don't care, I'll still eat. That's exactly the kind of energy you have to have, and you have to be good at it. You have to be. But can you get better? I'm not patient enough for you to get better.
Yeah,
you kind of got good before me, and that's fine.
I feel like it's not that hard. You know what I mean? It's literally a button. No. It's literally right there. You know what I mean? If you don't know how to do this, it's so many tutorials online.
There are.
You know,
sexologists you can find on Instagram. They
TikTok.
Just be teaching you everything.
There's this girl on TikTok right now. She's a chef, and her whole niche is like she messes with the food in a sexual way to basically teach men how to.
They're not paying attention to that.
Right. She be doing with like chicken cutlets and stuff. Very simple. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. For me, sex is honestly probably like number one. If we do not have a good sexual chemistry, our relationship is going to flop. Like I am not one of those people that's like, oh, he's nice and he has a good personality. No.
Did you bust that thing open like a walnut or no? And if the answer is no, then we cannot work.
We cannot work. And it's honestly sad to say, because I've tolerated with a lot of ancient niggas just because I enjoyed
that's the driving force. I mean, if we got to be together.
Because we already know when I was working at Hooters, the bottom of the barrel shit I was doing.
That was so tragic.
Tragic.
I was like, are you okay? What are you doing with this,
man? Saw that man and said, the dick must be good. It must be good because there's no way.
Because there's no way on God's green earth.
Yeah. Side story. One of my side jobs when I was working at Hooters, I was messing with one of the fry cooks. 10 out of 10 do not recommend. Don't ever do that, ladies, because it's just you're bound. No,
you don't mix your honey where you make your money.
Yep, absolutely not. And he was not.
And he was
not cute at all. He literally was not cute at all. And he just had a lot of shit.
And didn't have no shit. That was the whole problem. He didn't have nothing. Over here trying to get beat down by a nigga with nothing.
Yeah, he didn't have no car, no license. Nothing.
Just. Anyway, but good dude.
And it was shout out to him. If he watches, please don't hate me. You already know what time it was. That's why anytime you hit my phone, it's a no. Okay. But damn,
been through that recently too. I've been buzzing the thing up a little bit, like with Mushroom Man, and I don't know how. I just feel like in the journey of exploring things sexually with people, trying to figure out, like, do you really have to test everybody to know like what you already like? Because I feel like people are like, oh no, I keep doing all this stuff because I'm still trying to figure it out. How many times until you're like, no, this is the way I like it? Like even with making food, there's this number of times you do it before you're like, okay, no, this is the perfect way that I like it.
I feel like for me, it's not necessarily how many times. It's like once it happens. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know. I liked it a little, a little rough until somebody. A little.
Who?
I said, oh. So I kind of like that. Wait a minute. Until I got a little love tap on the face. I was like, oh.
I agree.
It's kind of nice.
It is.
There's something wrong with me. I don't know. But yeah. So now it's something that I request. Listen, I'm very much a proponent. Fuck on that first date, sis. I don't care.
True.
Me and my man, it was what it was. You gotta listen.
Oh, look at me now.
I gotta drink the milk before I buy the cow.
I'm usually not that way. But
no, I am.
You have to be though. I mean, you don't have to be, but you should. You get to have you guys are now in love and stuff. Like,
yeah, now we're damn near 2 years deep. But I feel like if I didn't let him hit that first night, we wouldn't be here. And it's mainly because the night was cool. Everything was flowing. Like our first day was
vibes were there.
The vibes were there. I tell people all the time, listen, the first day with my current man, like best day I've ever had in my life. Like, it was never like an awkward, and I met that man online. Weird. You know what I mean? Very rare find. But when we got back to my place, I was like, well, first of all, I already knew I was probably gonna let him hit.
Yes.
Like before we even got when we was at the restaurant, I was like, I like the way he looks.
You definitely did.
And I like the way his mouth moves. Let's see. Let's see what that be. I want to see what that be like. Trying to see what that. But yeah, when he got back, I was like, oh no, what was the move, child? I swear I have Riz. I don't. But I had on a long sleeve dress, but you could only see like half of my sleeve, and I have a full sleeve. He was like, oh, let me see your tattoos. I was like, oh, you want to see? And I just I was like, you want to see all of them? Okay. You gotta, I'm easy. I don't care. And it was what it was. And he never left since. And that was almost a year and a half ago. So.
Wow. But you've always had the sauce, so that makes sense.
I'm just saying, y'all be trying to it be so many women on here making think pieces about what you need to do to keep a man, blah, blah. It's not that hard.
Just follow your heart.
Follow your heart.
And
follow
your coochie cat.
And your coochie
Listen
cat.
to her.
If she humming, then he's for you. If not, let him through.
Let him through.
But you brought up something with age gap.
Yes.
Earlier, because that old man.
Mm-hmm. Thankfully, I did not get intimate with him. But
thank God you didn't.
Yeah, but it's like 2 decades. That's too many.
Oh God, that's somebody pop. Hell no. Hell no. I'm sorry. You know me, bitch. I'm very much a, get that money. Mm-hmm. I'm all for having a sugar daddy, but I feel like it's an age limit for me. I can't do if you got like liver spots and shit.
Oh,
and
absolutely
like
not.
you're I can't
retirement home.
You know what I mean?
Like,
you like my parents' age.
You older than my parents?
You older than them?
Absolutely
no.
Absolutely not. You have to have boundaries. You have to have some limitations. My brother even asked me the other day. He's like, "Is there such thing as an age gap that's too big? I mean, is there such thing as too much of an age gap?" I'm like, yes of course. Young man. Yes. I said, if you had if you had a daughter, what would be the age gap you would be comfortable with her dating? Number one. Number two, I said, and I gauge my dating based on your age. If you're 4 years younger than me, I'm not dating anything younger than that. So you should do that for older or younger.
Because I feel like at some point it's like, what the fuck are y'all even talking about?
Come on now.
You know what I mean? I hate the people that be like, oh, they're so mature there ain't enough maturity in the world. And this goes both ways. Cause I even feel like this for when I be seeing, cause people was getting on Dre and Michelle from Basketball Wives. She got pregnant by that real young nigga, Jalen Green. He 22, basically the same age as her son.
Yeah, which is disgusting.
That's disgusting. And people are like, well, men do it all the time. It's disgusting when they do it too.
It's disgusting when they do it too.
It's gross. Because at that point, it's like, what? Other than that young boy having some money, right? Because he's a basketball player. What on earth did he say to you to make you go, yeah, that's gonna be my next baby daddy?
I don't know. Some youngins have a little riz.
Not enough. It's like,
you have a baby? No.
Have you ever seen Stella Got Her Groove Back?
Yes. Yeah.
It's like shit like that. It's like, yeah, it's cute enough for like
a vacation,
a day or
two. But you're right, to have a full-on commitment,
a full relationship. It's weird. You literally can't understand where I'm coming from mentally. You can't. It's no way in hell you can comprehend what I've even gone through in the breadth of my lifespan to even be able to have we're not even in the same generation of you even being able to understand what I'm talking about when I talk about flip phones. Or like,
that's so
you know what I mean?
Wow.
Or like good Disney Channel. You know what I mean? Like, you can't even really rock with me.
All that stuff.
Rock with me on simple kid shit, because even our childhoods were so different. So I'm not even talking about like even on some adult stuff. I'm just talking about on just even being able to reminisce. You can't do it. I remember when I was a high school teacher and my students would always be like, oh, Miss Clark, you only like 7-8 years older than us. Baby, that's enough.
That's a lot.
That's a lot, actually.
Yeah.
When you was in 4th grade, was you trying to go hang out with the babies in daycare?
Hello.
Absolutely not.
A senior don't even be trying to talk to a freshman, bro. Like, and y'all don't even think that's a big deal. Y'all be like, oh no, that's cool. Now that's double. That's quadruple that. That's like dating your parents. What about your kids?
What about your children?
Do you not care about their lives that are going to happen after this? Not their dad is their same age.
I wish my mama would bring home a nigga that was like 30. Girl, get out my house and get out my face. Please stop fucking playing with me.
That would be very crazy.
That's disgusting.
It would be disgusting. I feel the same way about my mama too. Like, please don't. If he anywhere near 30 period, like, you need to cut it out. Just
and stop, like, because now I feel like you trying me.
Hello.
You know what I mean? Like, now I feel like you trying to be funny. Absolutely not. So yeah, as far as for me, I couldn't. I mean, as far as like dating older, the most I feel like I could do is maybe 40.
Reasonable. 10 to
you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's the best I could do. But anything.
What's the age limit for dating
a year?
Really?
And that's because that's what I did. And I never do it again. I feel like I need my man to, because I mean, and I understand like statistically women mature like more than men. Just because we go through more like life maturing things early, like, you know, boys, when they go through puberty, it's just like their little wee-wees get a little hard, but we're like going through periods and, you know, we go through things like childbirth and all types of shit. So we have to, you know, physically mature as well as like mentally mature with those things. But yeah, probably a year. And that's
a year,
97.
But they could be really, but I feel like then they could be really smart. They could have some other things like
they could. To me, I feel like when you're young, I can't. I don't want. First of all, when I'm in a relationship, I don't like feeling like nobody's mom. And there's no woman in any type. If you are in any type of relationship where you're the older one, you cannot tell me you don't feel like that nigga mama. You can't. Oh, he's still so mature. You are somebody's mama. You
I did it older and I felt like his mom though.
Hello?
Like maybe that's just men. Maybe they just don't get out of that.
And that is true. Like, you know, men do have like a certain sense of like weaponized incompetence that they do, as far as like, oh, they just act like they don't know how to do things. So yeah, sometimes when you're in a relationship, you do feel like, oh my God, like here I have to go, like being, you know, like my current man's mom like jokes. She joked with me one time. She was like, yeah, it's like you got 2 kids, like referring to him and Luna as like, you know, people that I have to take care of. But, you know, I don't want to actually like feel like I'm teaching you things though. You know what I mean? Like that to me, like just taking care of you being old, like, you know, as like a womanly thing is one thing, but you don't know shit.
Like, you know, have sheets on your mattress. You know, little things like have hand soap in your bathroom. Like, don't want to teach you how to maintain your own life and just little basic things.
Just basic things. You don't
wash your behind. Like, I don't.
Please wash your ass before you get in this bed.
And I mean, water needs to spread them. I don't want to teach you.
I don't want to have to teach you how to grocery shop. Like, what do you mean you don't know what kind of milk to buy?
And you come back with all juice. My ex used to do that stupid shit. What are you doing?
And frozen foods.
It's like just
mashed potatoes is fuck in the middle. You ain't never seen that sign at the Salisbury steak. Oh my God, Bri, I need to put
TV
you up
dinners,
on.
Yes. It's cold in the middle.
Yes.
Right. Even the hot pockets used to be like cold as hell in the middle too.
Oh goodness. But yeah. Anyway, it's a no for me on dating younger. Can't do it. What about you? Are you like?
I'm open to dating younger. I mean, separately from myself. In general, I think it's okay to date younger, but again, for a year, I'm really a 333 girl. I've been saying that forever. 3 minutes to text back. 3 weeks to
my bitch is straight.
Okay, 3 days. I might give you 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years, max. 3 years with a job. 3 years in certain relationships. I feel like 3 just works for up and down. When you get older, anything older than 10 years makes literally no sense.
Yeah.
It's either all, I mean, maybe it's a sexual thing. Like it's all physical. I mean, they do say that women when they're older, their bodies are more turned on when they're older than when they're younger, but it's vice versa. So you dating these younger men, that's why Stella got her group back. You hear me? But in general, I don't think 10 years is 10 anything, especially every time I hear men be like, oh, well, as long as they're 18, it's legal. It's legal. That's disgusting. You're a
fucking pedophile,
you
bro.
are a
like,
fucking pedophile.
Not.
That is not
still
cute.
A child.
It is a child. And why is that your lowest bar of something just having to be legal? That's gross. Like, they don't have to have no personality. Oh, they just got to be enough to get by.
Right.
Like, that's really... R. Kelly's, Diddy's, Cosby's, all y'all niggas alike need to rethink that age is definitely more than a number in my
age ain't nothing but a number. Love ain't
I'm so sorry. You know, I grew up too sheltered to really know a lot of music.
That is an Aaliyah song. AJ None But a Number. Ironically written by the rapist man himself, R. Kelly.
Damn, because he did marry her when she was like, what, 15?
Yeah, some shit like that. 15
years old? Y'all was letting old men that are like 30 plus years old.
Because going back to my initial statement at the beginning of the pod, these niggas be weird. These niggas be weird. Y'all need to just lock them up. But anyway, I guess that's it for today. All right. Well, we thank y'all for if you did tune in, thank you for waiting around these few weeks.
We love you.
We love you. And you know, who knows? Maybe we'll have a new episode next week or the week after, or maybe 2-3 weeks from now. Maybe we'll just end season 1 and take a break. I don't know. We'll see. I feel like that's the beauty of Damsel DaBest. You never know what you're gonna get. It's like, are they gonna post? Are they not? Is this a real podcast? We don't know yet. But if you do fuck with us, please share, and subscribe. Follow us on TikToks and Instagram.
Leave us comments, even if they're, just
even if thoughts, you tell ideas, us, say fuck us.
Exactly.
Let us know in the comments below. Engage.
We talk back. So
hello,
we're engaging,
and we follow back if you follow us. So we appreciate you, and until next time.
Bye.
Bye.